thank you for clicking on our video. Tonight we're going to try to give you some tips for cruising with Disney, particularly the Disney Magic. We've been on 5 cruises with Disney Cruise Line, 4 on the Magic, 1 on the Wonder, and so Magic is the ship that we're most familiar with. We've probably been on a little over 20 cruises total on various other cruise lines, but we always come back to Disney. And we've been to the Disney parks dozens of times. We live near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But we usually make our way down to the Disney World resorts at least once a year and spend a week or maybe 10 days there enjoying the parks and everything they have to offer. So I want to share some of our knowledge. These tips are going to be probably maybe for the intermediate traveler. I've seen some videos before where they'll give you some very basic information. It'd be for a beginner traveler or someone who hasn't ever been on a Disney cruise. So we try to get some tips that maybe people just who have been on the ship just aren't aware of, and some things that maybe people like us who have been on there 2, 3, 4 times just didn't realize and can take advantage of. So let's get.
So we just got to the port and we're gonna get on soon, and Dad just went to go park, and right now we're just gonna wait for him. And so yeah, we're in New York and we're here and we're getting ready. And there's Mom with the girls, and Dad should be coming soon, and so we're just gonna stay in here and wait. So there's Mom and our new t-shirts that we got, and here's the little girls t-shirts that are matching. Mom and I's shirt match, and Dad's shirt's Mickey. Yeah, and it's a pretty nice view from here. There's water. Not. Just being very careful. Yeah, it's really sunny. Alright, well, we'll film whenever we get on the ship.
Before we get started, let me tell you who we are. My wife and I married over 30 years. We have 6 children, 3 grown boys who are up and out of the house. And then we've adopted 3 girls, and their ages are 14, 10, and 6. So those are the age groups of our fellow travelers that we take with us whenever we go on these cruises. So these are going to be some tips that will impact kids as well as adults, and I think they'll be helpful to you. First on our list is the first few days that you're there on the ship. You'll probably be disoriented when you come out of your room. All the hallways look identical for the most part. And it'll be difficult for you to really tell which way's aft, which way's forward whenever you come out of your room, particularly if you're in an interior cabin or if you're maybe below on the lower decks without a window. Whenever you come out of your room, if you look down on the floor, there will be a row of stars there. It'll be a 5-point star, and two sides of each star will have 2 points on it, and then there will be a 5th point going at the top of the star. That 5th point is always pointing forward on the ship. So if you look down, you see where the point of the star is, you can follow that to the front of the ship. Second on the list is our daughter, Isabel. She's now 6, but she was 5 when we got off the ship. Every night she would like to have a bowl of cherries there. She would get a soda usually, or maybe a juice, and she would put the cherries into her drink. So a tip that you don't really think about, you can ask for a bowl of cherries with your drink, and they have Coca-Cola on the ship, and it will turn into a cherry Coke and some kind of special kind of fun. And actually everybody at the table started using the cherries. We'd put it into ginger ales or any type of drink that we might have that would go good with a cherry. So if you feel like it, say, bring me a bowl of cherries every night, and just have. Next on the list is if you're in social media, make sure to get yourself into a Facebook group. You don't have to give a lot of information out or anything like that, but get into a Facebook group. What that will do is that will turn you on to special meet and greets that are available to these groups. For example, the last cruise we went on, we had a meet and greet at Fathoms with an open bar. It was $25 per adult for an hour, and then the kids had available to them pop and smoothies and of course water, and there's no charge for the children to go. And so we got to meet some people from our Facebook group and have a good time there. It was just a nice experience there to be able to sit there relaxed and maybe try a drink or two that we normally wouldn't order for ourselves. The other thing that they will do is they also do what's called fish extenders. If you Google it, you'll figure it out, but it's basically where you take little gifts in exchange between the people in your Facebook group. It can be a good time. So if that's something that appeals to you or appeals to your children, it'd be more so for children for the most part, but plenty of adults do it too. But get yourself onto a Facebook group, and there's plenty of them out there. Find the one that's on your ship. And we actually joined a Facebook group a number of years ago, and we sat with people from our Facebook group at our dinner, and they turned out to be some wonderful people, and we still are in contact with them today through Facebook and enjoy hearing about their recent cruises and that type of thing. But get yourself on Facebook and just enjoy it. Next on the list is when you're dining at your dining hall or your dining room, and you may be, let's say, at Lumiere's tonight, and you walk by, you look at the menu at Pillowcases, and there's something there that you'd really like to try. Maybe an entree, maybe there's some appetizers. You can actually ask your waiter or waitress at the restaurant Lumiere's to get you something from another restaurant, and they will do that. They'll bring it over to you. They'll go down. I believe there's just one kitchen that serves all three dining rooms, and they will bring you that entree from another dining room hall that you're not actually in that night, and they'll serve it to you. So that goes for the entrees as well as the appetizers. So don't be afraid to kind of look around, and if you see something you'd like on another menu outside of your chosen restaurant or your assigned restaurant that particular night, go ahead and ask for it. They'll bring it. Another tip that we're offering here is to take pillow sheets. On the not too far distant past, you used to be able to take pillow sheets, drop them off at the service desk, and they would come back to your room signed by all the characters. So they stopped doing that. So what we've done in the last cruise, one or two cruises here, we've taken the pillow sheets with us, and rather than taking an autograph book, which seems to get filled up and then put aside maybe in a bedroom on a shelf and really never looked at again, what we've done is we've taken those pillow sheets and a marker and had the characters sign it, and then taken a picture with the pillow sheet with the child. And then when we get home, we're able to wash up the sheet, put it on the bed, put it on the pillow, and it's just a nice special memory to have an actual pillowcase where you've seen the character, the princesses, and the other characters sign the pillowcase. It's just something fun to do. Next on the list is if you have an appetizer and you really like them. This happened to our girls. We live in Western Pennsylvania. We don't have escargot very often. And there was one night where early in the cruise we had gotten escargot, and our two smaller girls really liked it. And whenever the waiter came and took away the plates, we said, "Oh, our girls really like that escargot. We seldom get it here in Western PA, and they really enjoyed it." And he said, "Well, you know what? I can bring it to you tomorrow night if you like." We said, "Sure, bring it the next night." And every night on the rest of that cruise, those girls had escargot plate in front of them each for an appetizer each night. So if there's an appetizer that you really like or you've tried, you're like, "Oh boy, this is really good. I'd like to have this more than just once or maybe twice on the cruise," go ahead and ask for it. Also, if you like a dessert, there's sometimes a dessert that's really appealing to you. If you try something, you really like it, it may or may not be on the menu the next night, go ahead and tell your waitress. They'll bring it to you the following night for the dessert portion. And it may not be on the menu, but they'll still get it for you. Next on the list are Mickey bars. Mickey bars, everyone knows you can get them at the dining hall, but you can also get them from room service. They're not really listed on the menu, but if you ask for them on the phone, they will bring them to you. There's no charge for them, and so it's kind of a little nice treat. You may not be able to get them at the dining hall, or you may be full, or you may not be pressed for time. It's nice for the kids to have a Mickey bar maybe before bed, or maybe you come back in the afternoon and you want a Mickey bar. Call them, they'll bring it to you through room service, even though it's not on the menu. And finally, This last cruise, we found out that you can actually request some character sheets for your little ones. Our one daughter loved Anna, Elsa, and the whole Frozen gang. So we talked to our room steward. The next night, they were able to have her bed made up in Frozen sheets, which had the characters on it. And it's just something fun, something nice to do. And there's a limited supply of those character sheets. So I would talk to your room steward probably the first day you're on the ship, and it may even appear that first night on your child's bed. But they do have them, and they will go ahead and make up the bed. And it's just something fun that the kids get to sleep on Disney sheets. Well, I hope these are some tips that will help you and your family as you travel. They've been relevant to us and our girls as we've traveled, and some things that have helped make the trips more enjoyable. I also want to make you aware that my wife, Jamie, has written a book. You go to Amazon.com, Jamie Daly. Blood Sisters is the name of the book. It has to do with our adventure through life with our girls and some of the challenges. So if you're interested in adopting or know anybody that may be, this would be something you'd want to read and maybe get an idea of some of the challenges and a lot of the rewards that go along with adopting. Again, that's on Amazon.com, Blood Sisters. But hey, I thank you for watching our video, and I hope these tips help you. Good sailing.